In my video, Theory of the Replacement Angel, I discussed the idea that we are all angels in training, potentially, being tested here in this earthly realm before we graduate to another. Our being the next angels, designated to replace the fallen ones, is precisely the reason that we are so vehemently hated by demons. This is, for many people, a very difficult notion to swallow. However, in its defense, I submit to you the fact that oftentimes animals appear to understand our purer nature, even if we don't. Consider the following.
Hey guys, watch this video. I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't, please watch it. And watch it to the end. This mama deer stops this car mid-traffic. The guy gets out to console and comfort the deer, to kind of push her out of the road so she doesn't get hurt. But then the guy instinctually notices that the deer is actually calling out for his help. So he follows her 10 minutes down the road. And sure enough, look where she brings him. Her little baby is all knotted up and tied up in this soccer goal. And she had brought this human to come and help her baby to be free. And she's allowing this human to put his hands on her baby to help. The guy is just super gentle and just lets the mom know that he is there to help. And sure enough, the little baby's free. I just thought this was pretty magical. The guy gets back to his car, and this is where it's cool. The baby and the mom come back to that same location where he got to his car. The baby comes up. Watch this. Kneels down, puts his little head down in a sign of thankfulness, thanking this man for freeing him and helping him and listening to his mom's cries for help. Just a magical video. Pay attention to the world around you guys. You never know who needs help.
In these scenarios, animals are actually calling upon humans to perform a kind of angelic intervention on their behalf. It makes me think that perhaps in the same way that angels exercise stewardship over human lives, so do humans over the lives of animals.
Have you ever heard of a gorilla that could drive a car, make jokes, knew over 1,000 words, and even took care of a pet cat? What if I told you that this gorilla had fascinating things to say about death, and even had an answer about what happens after it? Before he passed away, he had a message that he passed on to the whole world in sign language that you will be amazed and shiver when you hear it. On July 4th, 1970, a gorilla born at the San Francisco Zoo was very different from all other gorillas, and indeed from all animals. Coco could communicate with humans through sign language, express her emotional world, and express her feelings clearly. She had many pets and had strong bonds with these pets. In her early months, Coco suffered from a life-threatening illness and was the 50th captive gorilla born in the zoo. Due to her illness, she spent her infancy without her mother. A caretaker was assigned to look after her until her treatment was completed. When Coco was finally reunited with her mother rejected her, refusing to treat her as her own offspring. This left Coco abandoned and alone in a massive cage filled with unfamiliar gorillas. But one day, a young female student wanted to take Coco under her wing. Penny was a psychology student and was going to be Coco's caretaker and tutor.
Coco, look. There are stars. Can you find the eyes in this picture? Right, those are the eyes.
She could express 1,000 words in sign language and understand an additional 2,000. In other words, she could understand abstract concepts like a human child and could comprehend abstract terms such as good, bad, fake, and real correctly, as well as nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Coco had a remarkable sense of humor. Her ability to joke showed that she possessed theory of mind, the understanding that others have thoughts, emotions, and perspectives different from one's own. This can be defined as empathy. Initially known only by Penny and her small circle, Coco suddenly became known by millions of people. Coco's mirror selfie is still world famous today. That day, Coco became famous worldwide. Comedian Robin Williams also met Coco, and they formed a close bond. Coco loved watching movies, and her favorite movie was an Italian production called Tea with Mussolini. Every time she watched the saddest scene in the movie, the scene where the child character says goodbye to his family, Coco would turn away so as not to be upset. This was another example of how deep Coco's emotional world was, and how capable she was of empathy. One Christmas night, Coco told Penny she wanted a kitten. Eventually, Coco was allowed to choose a kitten from a litter of abandoned ones. She picked the smallest one and named it All Ball because she thought it looked like a tiny ball. Coco treated All Ball as if it were her own baby. Despite her massive size, Coco was incredibly gentle with All Ball, always careful not to hurt it. She adored All Ball and formed an intense emotional bond. But one day, tragedy struck. All Ball was hit by a car and killed. When Coco was told about the accident, she reacted with deep sorrow. She made signs indicating sadness, furrowed her brows, and used words like sad and bad to express her grief. Following All Ball's death, Penny noticed that Coco emitted sounds similar to human crying for several days. She was mourning the loss of a beloved companion. A photograph of Coco with All Ball was later featured on the cover of National Geographic once again. Just a few days later, on a morning in June 2018, Coco passed away in her sleep at the age of 46. And now here is the chilling message Coco left for all of humanity before she died.
If nothing else, it is a very beautiful thing to think about. For Brandish Productions, this is Daddy Brandish.